Namaste, good morning. Thank you so much for joining this practice of Dharma Yoga practice, about 90 minutes long. Please, as always, practice in accordance with your conditions and your abilities. Remember that the practice is an offering, and so everything you put out there, imagine being, is felt by creation, all creation. So on that note, we try to practice in a way that's conscious, as mindful, that doesn't bring us to a place of pain or suffering and anxiety, because this is what is going to be felt by all beings. So we try to keep that in mind. So let's begin. Sit tall and straight, close the eyes, bring the attention within. At the moment of creation, God became part of all living beings. Attune your mind to that supreme divine consciousness that is within, that is everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. About to Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even more meaningful, more powerful, and even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Let's begin with a mantra for purification, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, do it with conviction, and volumes can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around. There's over 350,000 psychic receptors, which you call nadis, all throughout the body. If you don't know it, then just move your lips, pretend you're chanting it through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. Eventually, the meaning will become apparent to you if you are firmly established in the mantra and in the ethical rules, yama and niyama. So we'll do it 3 times, and each time we try to do it in a single breath. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Sjihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Sjihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Sjihi. Do spiritual breathing now in order to connect with the divine essence as within and the spiritual heart, which is located in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. Bring your arms up, the top palm slightly turned upwards. From the fingertips, inhale through the arms down into the spiritual heart. 3, 4. Feel yourself being flooded by all that you need. 6, 7, 8. Holding the spiritual heart, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale the best of the best down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 3, 4. Use your imagination. Feel it flooding to see it flooding in. 6, 7, 8. Again, holding in the heart where God resides. Make an offering to God. Exhale out through the arms. Just the breath leaves. Everything that you pulled in stays within. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale everything that you need, the best of the best, down through the arms into the spiritual heart. Holding in the heart, hold the breath, all the attention there to attract, continue to attract everything there and to keep everything there. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. So let's do the main breathing, alternate nostril breathing with breath retention. The count is 3, 12, 6. 3 on the inhale. Through the active nostril, we go in through the active nostril for the inhale. Hold the breath, plug both sides of the nose, contract through the throat in a root lock. Exhale out through the less active. Inhale through the less active. Hold the breath again, plug both sides of the nose. Exhale through the active side. So 3 for the inhale, 12 for the breath retention, 6 for the exhales. For the root lock, contract the perineum muscles. Pull them up towards the navel. Imagine you're lifting the whole pelvic floor up and pushing it up and in. For the throat lock, raise the chest as you inhale, not the shoulders, the chest, so that when you bring your chin down on it, your back stays relatively straight. You don't want to hunch the back. The tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth will seal off the lock. The attention is at the space between the eyebrows to see to the divine perception. For the active nostril, we'll find it now. Left hand in Yana Mudra, this stays locked the whole time so as not to dissipate any of the energy. Bring it down onto your left knee or the left thigh somewhere. The right hand, second, third fingers fold down. This is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn the palm towards you, no longer Vishnu Mudra. But we use the right thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left. Only use these 2 fingers of the right hand. So block up the right nostril first, breathe in and out through the left side rapidly, and then do the other side now. So the right ring finger blocks the left nostril. Whichever side feels more open is your active side. It changes roughly every 2 hours. If you can't tell the difference, just use the left side as your active nostril. I will demonstrate with the left side as well. So sit up tall and straight, empty the lungs on the next exhale, and then close close the less active side. Inhale through the active. 3, hold the breath, apply the slow to the root block, third eye tension. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the less active side. 2, release the lungs. 3, 4, push all the air out, be empty by the 6th count. 6, inhale through the less active. 3, hold the breath again. Chin on the chest, tuck the roof of mouth, behind the teeth, attention at the space between the eyebrows. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the active side. 2, 3, gradually 4, 5, 6. That was 1 cycle. Inhale through the active side. 3, hold for 12. Everything stops, all the attention at the space between the eyebrows. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the less active side. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active side. Inflate the lungs, raise the chest, hold the breath now. Chin on the chest, contract the perineum muscles, contract the buttocks. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale for 3. Hold for 12. Mentally count in your head. Keep the count even. 12. Exhale out through the less active side. Inhale through the less active. Hold. Exhale out through the active side. Inhale. Hold. If the mind starts to wander, be unconcerned, be like the witness just watching everything. Undisturbed, unjudging, unchanging. Exhale out through the less active. Inhale through the less active. Hold, make sure you take enough breath in so you can hold through the full 12 counts. Exhale out through the active. Inhale through the active. Hold. Apply the throat to the root lock. Exhale out through the less active. Inhale, less active. Hold. Exhale through the active. One more inhale. Hold. It's a very good technique for calming the mind. And through that, the mind becomes free of restlessness, free of cravings. Exhale out through the less active. Inhale through the less active. Hold, for cravings can turn into attachments, which ultimately leads to suffering. through these techniques to help bring the mind into a state that's more conducive to concentration and meditation. Exhale out through the active side. Bring the right hand back down on a knee. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no expectation as to what you should or should not observe. Have no attachment to results. Remember to share all the benefits and do the practice in order to share the benefits with all. Not go beyond just your own desires and needs. Through the practice, we try to stay in this mindset of the eternal witness, watching everything without judgment, without expectation. Do the practice because it must be done for the benefit of all. And try to see God in all the forms. And through the practice, we experience everything, all the forms. Through the forms we practice, we experience all the beautiful divine ways in which God manifests in this physical universe. So now let's continue with the asanas. Come to standing. We're going to start off with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart. And now shake the fingers, move the wrists. Shake out the wrist joints and the finger joints. Feel them all moving. Any which way, up and down, or in circles, whatever you like. And then start to bring the arms into movement as well. Feel as though the arms were dead. Throw them around the body. Allow the head to fly in all the directions. And then start to slow down. Hands together. Interlace your fingers, press the elbows together, chin down on the hands. Inhale, push the elbows out to the side, lift the head up. Exhale, bring the elbows back inside. Inhale, push them out, feel the shoulder blades moving. Exhale, come back in. Like the wings of the heart, keep on opening them and spreading them, and then closing them back up. Back to the neck lengthens. Inhale, when you push the head back, front of the throat opens, chest rises. Exhale, come back. Inhale. Exhale, come back. And take your gaze up, set your sight time every sense, not only physically, spiritually as well. And come back. One more time. Inhale, push. Heels all the way out and the head all the way back. Exhale, come back. And then release the hands. So now we're going to spin the right arm backwards, move the shoulder joint. If you need support, you can bring your left hand to the front of the shoulder. You can also turn your body with the arm, in the direction the arm is going. And then go forward. And then the left arm goes backwards, winding up as though you're about to throw a ball. And then go in the other direction now. And then now, bring your arms over the head. Take all the opposite elbows, bend to the left, bounce a few times, try to get a little bit deeper into the bend. Go to the other side now. Try not to make folds in the underside of the body. Back to the left, pull on the elbows. Try not to hunch forward, and then go to the right again. Come back to the center, and then release. Next one is, you have to do it with enthusiasm. It's called breath of joy. First 3 movements on the inhale, last one, exhale, you throw the body down. Imagine you're tossing all the negativity out of the body. Looks like this. Roll the belly against the thighs. Do it with me now. Be joyful. Exude the joyfulness so that all beings feel it through you. One more time. Just stay down for a moment to allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. The next one, Take hold of the opposite elbows over the head, and then just start to turn. Head, neck, moving first. The circles get larger, feeling the wind in the waist, and then maybe the whole torso swings down. Use momentum of the down heat to bring you through the circle swiftly and gracefully. And come all the way back up and change the direction. Starting off with mostly head, neck, and shoulders moving. Gradually getting larger. Chest and the upper back coming into the movement. And then finally, if you feel apt to do so, the whole torso spins like a windmill. And then coming back up. And then release the arms. Take the arms out to the side. You can always bring your left hand on the wall if you need to. And then swing the right leg back and forth like a big pendulum that one can control. Try to get your knee to the shoulder, the toes to the back of the head. And then the other leg. And then release. The feet come together, arms by sides of the body, and now jumping jacks. Dharma calls them calisthenics. Make sure the hands clap on top of the head, and the feet come back together, and the arms come back to the sides of the body. And then release. Last one, feet together, arms by sides of the body. Inhale, come up, push and release your toes. Lift all the way up, the hands over the head. Exhale, come back down. Lower the heels slowly. Try to control the movements. Inhale, come up. Rise up. Feel the navel hollowing and lengthening. Exhale, come back down. Watch the body moving. Keep on being a witness. See yourself moving gracefully in your mind, in your imagination, and perhaps the body will realize what you see in your mind. Inhale, come up. You have to always go to the edge of your potential every time. And then you keep on pushing that edge each and every time you practice. One more time. Inhale, come up. And when you make progress, you feel enthusiastic to stay with the practice. So keep fueling your motivation. Press the heels up, the palms up, and then lower the heels down. Put chin on the chest. In a gesture of humbleness, stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Do it because it must be done once again for all beings. Come to the front of the mat now. Surya Namaskar. Hands to the heart. Imagine we're all together physically moving like a school of fish. Stay in the collective mind of offering. Raise your arms up, over the head, arch back. Fold the body down. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground. Push your body into your legs. Then the right foot goes back. Lower down the seat, lower down the knee. Come into high plank. The knees come down, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between your arms, press your nose to the ground. Glide forward. Push your shoulders back, arch the back. Take the seats back again. Come forward. Pull the floor towards you, the arms, or imagine trying to pull the floor towards you. Just propel the body forward with more ease. Come forward again, glide. Make like a snake, creeping through the grass and then uncoiling. Back into Adho Mukha Siddhanasana. Lift the seat and allow the head to come down, soften the line in the back. If you're flexible, you can try to touch your forehead to the ground. Now the right foot steps forward and the hands drop down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana. Push the body to your legs, the head comes down towards the feet. Come all the way up now. Bring the hands back to the heart. Go up and back, breathe naturally, move the body, the breath will follow and deliver more power and grace and ease to the movements. Uttanasana, then the left foot goes back. Come back to the high plank, lower the knees down, the seat comes all the way back. Come forward. Once those can imitate the form physically, put yourself in the body of what you're representing. Take the seats back again. Twice blessed are those going to imitate the form physically and mentally. Be regal and wise like the serpent. Telescope the neck out of shoulders, trunk out of your hips. One more time. Take the seats back. Come forward. 3 times blessed and beyond are those who can imitate the form on all levels, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Tap into all our divine qualities. Become one with the form. Now, Adho Mukha Svanasana again. Allow the heart to soften the line in the back, the head comes down. Left foot steps quietly to the hands. If that transition is difficult, you can just lower the right knee, and then if the foot doesn't make it all the way, just use your left hand to push the foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head, and come back home. Go up and back. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down. Address your humbleness here. The right foot back. Think about what each pose is saying. They're all telling a story. Into high plank of devotion, of love, of humility, and surrender. Now this time as you come forward, lift your hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Don't jam up your neck. Keep your shoulders down and neck long. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs. The seat eventually comes over the heels. If you're flexible, your legs perfectly straight. Come all the way up to standing. Come back home, hands to the heart. Wherever you are is perfect if you're trying your best. It's the intention and the effort that's most important, not the result. Fold the body down again. If you need to, keep your knees bent so your body doesn't detach from the legs when your head comes down. The left foot goes back now. Into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. As you come forward and through the hips between your hands, lift your hips and knees away from the ground if you can. Upward facing dog. Stay for a moment. Push the shoulders back. Imagine you have a hinge at the top of the legs. You're trying to fold the body in half. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana now. Allow the heart to melt. Look like a dog stretching its back. Bring the belly towards the thighs, the head down. Most importantly, embody the loyalty of the dog to its master. And now the left foot steps forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home. Go up and back. Come forward and down. Same variation, right foot back. Drop down to the seat, lower the knee, and into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Through into upward facing dog. Shoulders back. Front of the body nice and long and stretched out. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Move the foot forward. Soften between hands, not like a big heavy thud on the ground. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. Hands bent to the heart. Think of the practice as an offering. So an offering is the best that you can offer. So make the practice as beautiful as possible to the observer. Left foot back. Into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Right through into upward facing dog. Shoulders away, shoulders back, chest open. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. To bring the foot forward without making a sound, shoulders come over the fingertips so the foot lands softly. When the feet come together, Uttanasana, bow down again as though in deep humility. Come up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home. Let's add on now. Raise your arms up. As you go down, bend your knees, let your belly on your thighs, and pull your hands all the way up over your head. Face to the shins of your legs are perfectly straight. Chest going below the knees. Now the right foot back. Lower down the knee. If you can, swing your hands up without touching your hands to the ground in between. Kapyasana. Safe move. Rock your shoulders back. Get your seat nice and low. Your chest open. Arch your back. Again, no folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Now come back into high plank. You have another entry of a choice of an entry here. Ashtanga Namaskar again, or bring your seats back so you can come through without touching the legs to the ground. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body, push them into your toes, roll over your toes, upward facing dog. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Send the heart toward the ground. The right leg up this time. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Kapyasana again. Raise your arms up. Rock your shoulders back and push the arms back. Try to get the arms beside or maybe behind the ears. Imagine your index fingers going over the back toes. You come forward again, swing your hands behind the back, foot touching your fingers to the ground. Hold the breath. Left foot comes in to meet the right. Chest on the thighs, bow down with zone humbleness again. Head plummets towards the feet. Come all the way up to standing. Engage the buttocks as you lean back. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch your body move with even more power, grace, and ease. Bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, and pull your hands all the way up over your head. The feet eventually in line with your heels. Hold your breath and left foot back. Back knee down. So the arms up again. Look like a crescent moon, radiating the light of the sun, or reflecting the light of the sun. So radiate your inner light within as well. Try not to make folds in the lower back of the back of the neck so as not to stop the energy that's flowing. Now come back, hands to the ground. Enter your choice into upward facing dog. Knees, chest, forehead down, or bring seats back. Pull the elbows again into sides of body. Push your roots to your toes and the base of the fingers and the finger pads. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left leg comes up smoothly. Send the foot between the hands. All the transitions seamless like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Drop down to the seat, close the front heel. Arms up, pull the body out of the hips. Use your arms to help you to pull everything up. Lengthen. Imagine the fingertips eventually going over the back toes. And from here, lean into the front legs. Swing hands behind the back, foot touching fingers if you can to the ground. Right foot comes beside your left. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Reach arms over the head. Arch back. Come back on. We'll do that again, no stopping this time. Raise your arms up, flow from one pose to the next like a shapeshifter, moving effortlessly. Chest on the thighs, hands over your head, forehead to your shins if your legs are straight. Right foot back, back knee down. Raise your arms up, arch back, and we come right back out into high plank, upward facing dog. See yourself in the practice you're trying to attain. With constant practice and angry determination, you will arrive. Adho Mukha Svanasana, immediately Ekapada Adho Mukha, with the right leg up, step the foot between the hands, back knee down, right up again, arch back. Every posture, remember an offering. Swing arms back behind you, belly on your thighs, and left foot comes into the right, Uttanasana. We come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head, come back home. And one more. Raise your arms up. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down. Uttanasana. The head close to your feet. Adjust your loneliness. Left foot back. Right into Kapyasana. You have to keep cultivating a balanced imagination to see yourself in the forms. Bring the seats back. Come forward. The more imagination you have, the more you can realize for yourself, the more you can share with others. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the heart to drop towards the ground, left leg up. And step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Move the body like you see the body moving in your dreams, fluidly, gracefully. So your hands behind the back, softly and silently. The right foot meets the left. Uttanasana. Come right to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. Come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the left arm up to the crown. Hold the breath, imagine you're sending out love out to all beings now. Like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Make it reach all forms. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love for all beings. And release. So let's continue with some more poses, this time balance poses. So let's start off with tree pose. Left foot anchored down, the right knee up, the foot on the inseam of the leg, If you're having trouble balancing, you can keep your toes close to the ground, or you can stand against a wall. Or if you have a lotus, bring left right knee up and push the foot against the inside of the top of the left leg. You can, if you want, reach behind, hold the foot with your left hand, right hand comes to the elbow, or if you can, lean forward, use the left hand to guide the right hand to the foot. Hold the foot and bring your left hand in front of the heart, Yana Mudra. If this is not possible, bring your arms up over the head. Stay tall, keep reaching up towards the sun, like a tree that's always growing taller. You can't see it grow, but it's always happening. Now from here, release the foot, bring the knee up as high as you can, Garudasana. Turn to your left a little bit, push the right leg against the left, point the toes, you might be able to hook the foot around the back of the left leg. If not, just keep it hanging out like that. And then the left arm goes over the right. Press the forearms together, and then sink. Make like an eagle who's just contemplating where to fly next. Try not to hunch forward too much. Good. Now from here, into angel. Bring the leg back. If you can't keep your foot up, push your chest forward, your arms back, like the great wings of an angel. And then slowly you can take your gaze up. Take your head back. If it's too much, bring your left foot, right foot down to the ground. Holding yourself up to divine grace again for divine service. And then break the pose. Bring the right foot down. You become what you see in your imagination. So again, cultivate a boundless imagination. You see yourself in the form. Now your left foot comes up. Again, against the inside of the thigh. Push through the heel, the base of the toes, and the toe pads. Or again, if you have a lotus, go into your lotus. The knees pointing down. Left arm can either come behind the back and hold the elbow with the right hand on the foot, or see if you can get your left foot to the hand behind and hold it from behind. The right hand to the heart, and then stay steady. Lift the gaze, always seek to absorb more of the light and the warmth of the sun, which is like the wisdom and the love of the Almighty One. Now release the pose from wherever you are. Bring the left knee up high and then wrap it around the right leg. Turn to the right a little bit, point the toes. You can hook the foot. If not, perfect. Do your best. Right arm over the left this time. And push the forearms together, sink down. If you fall out of it, just come right back up. Keep trying. Now press into the right foot, come back up. Bring the leg out behind, arms out to the side. And then lift the chest, bring it forward. Bring your head back, look up. As though to say, I'm yours. Grant me higher devotion. I'm ready to serve. Break the pose. Bring the left foot back down. Charge the body. Turn the palms forward. Inhale the best, up through into the spine, up through the crown, up through to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout. Send it out to all beings everywhere. Ballet pose. Stand on the left foot now. Take the right foot and take the foot out to the right. Depending on your flexibility, your toes and your fingers might be at the same line, or at the shoulders, or more flexible, bring the foot up higher. Lean to your left a little bit, toes and fingers on the same line. Good. Be magnificent and poised and graceful like a dancer. Whatever happens, just dance with it. Whether it's in the practice or beyond the practice, beyond the mat, remain unconcerned, unjudging. Everything's happening for a divine purpose according to the divine plan. And we evolve as a result. Good. Now from here, let go of the foot slowly so you can get the foot to stay up there. And then keep leaning to your left as you bring the foot down. Right into gliding eagle. Bend your left knee, tilt the body forward, get your belly on your thigh. Imagine you are an eagle swooping down from a great height at great speed. The arms come out to the side. So you can curve your back a little bit, push the chest forward. Okay, try to get your right foot to come higher than the head. The head's above the height of the knee. Now push into your left foot and come back. Try it on the other side now. Standing on the right foot, anchor down to the foot, and take your left foot up. Holding by the heel, the thumb behind the heel, and take the leg out. Flexing the foot helps with the balance. Again, at the height that you need. If you're having trouble straightening the leg, you can hold underneath the knee. Okay, so just do again according to your condition. With time, the body will will experience everything eventually. Maybe not in this lifetime, but you pick up where you leave off in this life. Just go as far as you can in this life. Keep trying your best. But now from here again, hold the breath, engage leg muscles so you can let go of the foot so it doesn't drop down. Keep leaning to the right. Try not to touch the floor in between. If it happens, be unconcerned, be unjudging. Bend your right knee, land your belly on your thighs, and get your head down closer to the ground, about the height of the knee. The arms come out to the side like the wings of an eagle. Imagine you're skimming the surface of the ocean. Bend hold your breath, push into your right foot, and come back. Good, so one more. Like balancing poses, because it works so many different aspects of the practice. Left foot forward. Concentration, coordination, and non-attachment to the result. Left hand to the ground and from your left foot and the right arm up. Try to get your foot as high as possible. If you find a balance, look up. Now bring the right hand back down. Move the left hand back to the left foot. Push the index finger against the outside of the heel. Bend your left knee if you need to. Get your belly right against your thigh. It doesn't matter how high the right leg comes up. Try to get as high as possible, but if you're having trouble getting the leg up, or if you have tight hamstrings, bend your knee if you need to. So do again according to your condition, and then bring your right hand closer and closer, maybe eventually on the foot. Index finger along the inside the heel, gaze is beyond the toes, just in front of them. The hip is in line with the heel. Now bring your hands down on either side of the foot, not too far away. Your hands should be, the wrists would be at the same lines of toes. Lift the left heel up. So you have to use your core. Okay, so you can again bend your knee like this if you want, and if you want, you can try to take a few hops. Lift up off the left foot. So you can get up. Those who have hands down can come up all the way, or a little bit easier balance. Bend your knees so you can keep your legs close to the ground. Not close to the body. This helps with balance a little bit more. Flex your feet. Push into your hands. Okay, so one more time, perhaps. Go over, maybe keep pushing your hands, you land in Urdhva Dhanurasana. Alright, so now come back up, tuck your chin in and roll your way back up. Let's charge the body for a moment, turn your palms forward. Inhale, imagine lights of every color coming into the body, right up to the crown. Exhale, send them everywhere throughout, radiate your light from within. Good. On the other side now. Your right foot forward, right hand down. Stand the fingertips, make sure your head's not too close to the foot. Left leg up. Left arm up eventually too. If you can, look up at the hand above you. Open up the chest fully. If it's difficult for you to open up, you can also come onto your knee or bring a block underneath your hand. Short side. Standing on the short side so you get more height, so it sort of look like this. And then bring the left hand down, turn so that the belly is over the right side. Bend your right knee if you need to, again, to get your belly to stay against the leg. And then the right hand comes to the foot, the index finger along the outside of the heel. Try to get your left leg up higher if you can. If you have the flexibility, move the left hand in. Try to have your hip in line with your heel, and then eventually bring the left hand on the foot as well. The gaze is beyond the toes, forearms hugging the leg. Good, so it might look more like this. It's okay, just do your best. Don't worry about the result again. Do your best. Now again, bring your hands on either side of the right foot and hold your breath so you can push your heel up off the ground. You can just try this. Okay, your left foot can stay close to your seat again. If you want, you can see if you can hold your breath and come up. Flex your feet, push into your hands. Your legs close to the body, so it's a little easier to find a balance and the body's more compact. Good. And back down. Take a moment here to keep your hips heading towards the ground and then roll your way up. Charge your body again, turn the palms forward. Inhale, breath into the spine, all the way up to the ground. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout the body and out to all beings. So now let's continue. Bring yourself to the center of the mat, fingertips in line with your elbows at the height of the shoulders. Jump or walk your feet apart. Turn to the left, bend into your left knee. Sink deeper into the hip if you can, if you have the flexibility. Try to get your front knee over the toes. The back knee is just a few inches away from the ground. Come right up into Virabhadrasana 1. If you can't turn your hip, your right hip, you can lift the back heel. Push the right hip forward, the side pelvis forward, the left hip goes back. Look up, allow the head to go back. So if you can do it without turning your foot, it will look more like that. Lifting your heel will look more like this. Now from here, Parivritta Paschimottanasana. Lift the heel now if it's not already. The right arm up, I'm going to do it this way. Angle the toe and knee towards the right. Push it out of the way with your left hand so you can get your arm to the outside. As you go down, you try to get your armpit on the outside of the knee. Your left hand pushes into your right, push hard, so that when the body comes, left hand pushes into your right, your belly comes higher in the thigh. The center of the chest eventually comes behind your thumbs, and then keep pulling the left shoulder back. Your belly is being squeezed by the thigh, your chest now very sweet. If it's hard to balance, you can bring the right knee down. If you want to take a bind, push your hips back. Use the left hand to guide the arm underneath. Left arm goes underneath the leg. Left arm goes over the back. Join your hands. Pull the left shoulder all the way back. Turn the face and chest up. If you have the balance, you can then lift the back heel up off the ground. Push into reach your toes. All the progressions, nice and slow. Don't rush or you lose your balance. If that happens, be unconcerned again. Stay in the same temperament, unjudging, unbothered. Now come back down onto the knee. The hands to the inside of the left foot. The left foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Push back and forth. Try and get your hips to sink. Push one more time through the back foot. Lower the knee down. From here, fall to the right. Try to get you on the right form and go to your left. Try to anchor down to the hips. When the hips are down, the rest of the body falls. So make sure your knee's not falling out to the side, nor this is happening. The left side of the seat should be pointing down. The hips should be around the same height from the ground or on the ground. If you're flexible, the chest comes right down, your left shoulder on the foot. Good. Now from here, you're coming back onto your hands. I'm going to do this way. Keep your hips where they are. Keep your rest of the body where it is. Kapyasana. Your hips are already in the right place. And reach the arms back. If it's too much, your hands can stay underneath. Push into your knee and lean away from the leg. Or you can take off the opposite elbows and just push your head back into your arms like you're resting at the beach. You have the flexibility, your hands come back. Try to get your fingers all the way back, your index fingers over the toes. Then you can bend your arms down. Those who are advanced practitioners can bring the right foot up so you can take your foot, hold the foot, allow your head to rest on your foot. If you can't, you can even let go of the foot at some point. Jane pose. Now break the pose here. Push your seats back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Lift the toes up on the front foot. The hip is over the back knee and just bow to the leg. Your right toes can go to the left a little bit. It makes it easier to balance. Rest your belly on your thigh. Imagine trying to push your belly beyond your knee. The weight of the leg, the body can come down the leg will eventually release the muscles in the back of the leg. If this is easy for you, Hanumanasana, the full pose. Bring the right foot back in line with your knee, bend the toes under. Start to slide your left foot forward. It's sometimes easier bringing it onto slippery surface, so off the mat. And then try to keep your seat forward, your shoulders come back over the hips, hands beside your hips. Pulse, don't go hard. Remember, don't go to a place of pain or suffering. Remember what you're transmitting. If you're all the way down, you can take any variations you like. You come up, like so expressing that the devotion and the courage and the faith of Hanuman. Anything is possible. The devotion also, the humility. You come down forward, bring your head to the inside of the left leg, stretch your body out. Another fun variation is to do sort of variation of lizard. You bring your left knee up, you slip your left arm underneath if you're flexible. Okay? And then you can bind your hands over the back. So sort of between the Hanumanasana and the Kristasana. Break the pose now. Come back onto the hands. Pull the left foot back if you're in splits. And then bend your toes under back foot. Turn towards the long edge of the mat and come all the way up. Go to the other side now. Turn to the right. Bend your right knee. Sink into the seat a little bit. Come forward like the warrior who never hesitates to do their duty, always ready to serve. Left arm comes up. Virabhadrasana 1. Make the modifications as you need to. Look up as though in adoration. Always ready to protect. Good. Now from here, spin on the back foot, lift the back heel. Parivrita Pashkanasana. Bend it, turn the toes and knees towards the left. Try to get your armpit on the other side of the knee. Right hand push into your left. Really push hard. So again, try to get your belly high in the thighs, then your chest comes to your thumbs if you're keeping your hands in Anjali Mudra, and then turn your chest up. Sometimes it's easier to take the body from here because you have lots of space underneath. You're not obstructed by the back leg when it's on the ground, and then the knees on the ground. And then you might be able to get the left arm through underneath a little bit more easily. The right arm goes over the back. Try different things. This is where you learn tricks. Once you're in the pose, stay steady. Try to come into your meditation. Still the mind. Become one with the form. Now bring yourself out of the pose. Hands on the inside of the right foot. Move the right foot out to the edge of the mat. And then go back and forth. Push out to reach your toes. Push back through the left foot one more time. Lower the knee. And see if your hips are low enough, fall onto your left form, and then roll back to the right so that both sides of your hips are equally close to the ground, or maybe anchored right down. When the hips are anchored down, the rest of the body follows. Imagine you have a big weight sitting on top of your seat. And then the heaviness of that weight might, just a visualization of the heaviness on your seat might allow the body to come down. So this sometimes happens, your body's rounded and it's away from the ground. Imagine you're doing a cobra pose, your hips are down. You're leaving the heart, the more you lengthen, the more you come down. Or come right down with your chest if you're flexible. Now stay on the hands, come back on the hands. Keep your seat where it is, very low. Kapiyasana. Stretch is on the body. Lift the chest up away from the seat. Try to get your fingertips back, and this is why you practice your downward facing dogs. Again, if you want, put your hands down behind your head. See if you can bring your left foot up. If you can't get the foot easily, you can press your left hand in the back, the thumb into the back of the knee, cup your fingers around the knee, and then use the hand to guide the foot to the head. You might be able to take one hand to the foot. Keep your seat low so you don't lose your balance. Let your other hand come up. Break the pose. From here, Ardha Hanumanasana. Move your seats back. You can bring your toes to your right a little bit on the back leg, back foot. The right toes come up, bow to the leg. Bring your attention to wherever you want to feel the release. In this case, probably the back of the leg, the hamstrings. Your attention is like a magnet. It will attract all the prana there. So you can stay in this pose here. Or if you feel you can go further, the left foot comes back in line with your left knee. Slide your right hip forward. Try to have both sides of the hips even. Push the left hip forward, the right hip back. And again, we stay in fingertips and pulse. Try to get a little bit lower with each time. Eventually, you can come all the way down. And you can take again your expression that you like. That position, that leap that Hanuman took is what is represented by this pose. Stay upright or come down if you like. To embody the humbleness, always the servant, Hanuman, always ready to serve happily. Again, you can do a lizard by putting your right knee up. If you can do a lizard with your chest on the ground, then this is possible. The meaning of life and then the path to self-realization requires us to experience everything. And this practice is a way that we can do it, representing that journey. So come back here, and now pull the right foot back into table position. And then open up your feet a little bit. If you can, sit between the heels. And you can come into Supta Virasana and come all the way down. Or onto your elbows if you like. And you can make it all the way down if you can. Go ahead, take hold of your opposite elbows. If this is not possible, don't force your knees, don't go to place of pain again. Just sit on your feet and just go back as far as you can. Move your hands back. Wherever you are again is perfect if you're doing your best. Now if you're on your back, start to make your way back. Press into your feet. Push into your elbows and lift your back up off the ground, your shoulders, and come up all the way. Sukha Gomukhasana. So you stay sitting on your heels. Your right arm comes up. Take hold of the elbow and push it all the way back behind your head. Behind the center of the head, not out to the side. So it should look like this. So behind your head, the hand walks down a little further down the back. If you have mobility, your left hand can come down and join your hands together behind your heart. Pushing the back of the heart. And then if you can, lean back a little bit. Try to get your elbows come in the same line, one on top of the other. Pull your hands down towards the lower back and try not to allow your hips to drop. Your shoulders drop, your seat is heavy on the heels. Don't let your body drop into your hips. Keep your spine long. And then release. Straighten up the shoulders. Do the other side now. Left elbow comes up. Use the right hand to guide the elbow further up and further back. Anchor in place at the back of the head. You can stay with your elbow, right hand on the elbow if that's more your ability. If you have the flexibility, take your right arm up the back. Join your hands together. No pain, no strain. Pull the hands down. Lengthen the neck. Lift the heart. Set your sight high in every sense again. And then break the pose. So now we're going to do Vasisthasana. So come into plank pose. Going to the right first. Stand on your left hand, left foot, with your left hand a little bit towards the right in front of the nose. Straight line from feet to the hands, head and hand to hand. Make sure you're not dropping into the shoulder, you're hunching, or your hips are sinking down. If it's happening, just bring your left knee down and do it from here. Be careful of your joints. If you want, you can raise your right leg up, float it. Now come back to plank, go to the other side. Right hand in front of the nose, your hand is a little bit from the shoulder. This reminds you, keep your arm extended. And again, if you like, press into the outer edge of the right foot and raise the left leg up. Like a starfish. Get used to standing on the hand. And come back into high plank. So from here, next level, just you can lower down the knees if you need to rest. Next one, you push the hip up. You come into wild things. So you start in the plank, you move into the pose. So I sometimes like to push my hips up so my hips are already high in the right place. So you like doing a down facing dog. And then when you turn, your hips are high, you slide your right toes back and you keep spinning on that left foot. Push your hip all the way up. Try not to sink. If you're starting to sink, then your body's heavy and it's hard to get your right foot up off the ground. You have to push your pelvis all the way up. Keep your left arm fully extended so you can take the right foot up off the ground. If you take it easily, just practice this. If you can hold it, hold the knee. More advanced, take the foot, go ahead on your left hand. You can also go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, spinning on your hand as well. Maybe slide your left foot in line with your right and come into Urdhva Dhanurasana. It's another nice transition. Use the breath to carry you into the poses with grace and ease and fluidity. Now again, ready to come back, so spin on the left hand again, spin on the foot. Keep your left arm fully extended as you make your way back into plank. And then go on the other side. Again, you can push your hips up. Right hand comes to the left a little bit, spin towards the left, and keep sliding your left toes back, spin on your right foot. The toes should be on the same line as the rest of the leg. If it's turned too much, it's going to throw off your balance. So toes follow the same line as the leg, push hip all the way up. So you can get your left foot up, off the ground. If you can get up easily, take hold of the knee, keep your hips high. If you have the extension, the flexibility, take hold of the foot. Push into your right foot, try to keep your right hip all the way up. Or you do the Urdhva Dhanurasana if you like. If you have open shoulders, you go into your Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then come back, spin on the right hand, spin on the right foot. Keep your hip high, and then return. From here, right into headstand. So you can just bring your elbows down if you like, underneath your shoulders, interlace the fingers. Place your head between your palms, walk your feet towards your elbows. So try to make one
One pose the other as fluid as possible. Bend your leg, keep foot hanging towards the seat, and see if you can pull your toes from the ground with the front foot. You can do it easily. Keep pushing to the back foot so that you can get your feet eventually the same height. Sometimes it's easier, or it is easier if you have hip flexibility issues, to have your hands in front, nice and wide, like a big triangle, not beside your head, in front, fingers on either side of the mat. This creates a wide base, easier for balance, and then your body is open. So when you bring your foot back, you can get your foot further back. When you have your legs split, it's the easiest way to balance. If this is too much, those of you who are uncomfortable in the headstand, stay there. Take your attention to the space in your eyebrows. For those who are still need some guidance, you can do also teddy bear. Hands beside your knees, roll your feet up. You can even just stay here if you're not comfortable leaving your feet from the ground. And just bring your hands beside your body. So you can stay here or place your hands beside your knees, lift your feet. You have to get your toes close to wrists so your seat comes up high over your shoulders. And just see if you can just press just underneath the knees against your elbows. See if you can get one foot up off the ground, maybe the other foot, maybe dance from toe to toe. Eventually, pushing your knees into the arms, you'll be able to get your feet up. Not much can go wrong here. You can just put your feet down. Just play with it, get comfortable. With time, it will come. So you can get your knee up off the ground, maybe one knee, maybe the other, and eventually take one leg back further. And slide your right toe, the other knee that's in front, off the knee into your chest. Again, try to find a balance by keeping your legs close to your body, your feet flexed. Stay a little bit longer. Those who are full headstands, you can do whatever you like here. Play with variations. You can see if you can move your hands. Like Dharmaji says, you can just keep your legs split. Practice changing hands, holding your breath as you're doing it, as you're moving hands. Okay, so if you try to move your leg back, you fall towards back a little bit, and then come back. 30 more seconds to do whatever you want. You can come onto your fingertips, maybe just the index finger of each hand. Or try to lift one hand up off the mat. Every once in a while, try something new. Doesn't matter if you fail, just keep doing it. Eventually, the body will obey. And then slowly make your way down into child's pose. Rest for a moment, breathe in, breathe out. Let go of all struggle, all fatigue, all efforts. Learn to relax instantly and offer up these moments of rest as well. And then come up into seat position, bring your legs out in front, scooch the front of the mat. And then come right into plow pose from here. So if you need to, you can roll the toes back, throw your legs up, and then eventually you can get your feet up high enough. Once your back's up to the ground, take your hands to your back and bring your feet behind your head. So just stay in baby plow for a moment. Try to get your shoulders and hips in the same line. You have to push into your back a little bit, try to get your seat up higher. And then, if you want to go into shoulder stand, take your hands behind your back first. Pull your hands all the way back behind you. You have to shift from one side to the other so you can't see your arms from in front. Try to get your wrists together so your elbows come together, closer to one another, and bring your hands on your back. Bring one leg up at a time. Reach up for the leading leg. Try to get up in line with your chin, the toes, and then the other leg. If you have a full lotus, you can go ahead. Bring your legs a little bit over your head a little bit. Use your hands if you need to bring the feet into your legs. And then push into your thighs. Try to get your knees higher than your hips. It shouldn't look like plow. It shouldn't feel like plow. Try to get your knees eventually in line with your hips and your shoulders. Once you're in a pose, leave the body alone. Be steady in a pose. Take your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Concentrate on the seated divine perception. Try to trigger divine bliss. As that is possible to trigger it when you're in full. Here's the ethical rules, and when the Kundalini energy reaches the third eye. All your attention, 100% of it, at the seated divine perception. Now come into, if you ever notice, Pindasana, bring your thighs against your body. If you go to full pose, the embryo pose, you can wrap your arms around the outsides of the legs, your hands join underneath your seat. If you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. Keep your head straight, don't turn your head. And then from here, you can also drop your thighs against your body, knees knee slightly head. As you're very flexible, might eventually get your shoulders, your knees down in front of your shoulders on the ground. Keep going beyond the body, mind, and emotions. These are not you. Keep your attention on the space in your eyebrows. Concentrate, make your mind one-pointed. Okay, I'm ready to break the pose now. Slowly. No rush. Take your hands behind your back, palms down. Roll back down. Keep your legs close to your body during the descent. Try not to come down with a big heavy crash landing. Your seat eventually lands on your wrist if your hands are behind your back, your palms down. And once your seat is on your wrist, lower your legs down until they're halfway. Stop there. Charge the legs. Push into your lower arms, lift your back up off the ground. Push your elbows in a little bit closer. The chest goes up, the head goes back. If it's too much, bring your head legs down. Fish pose. Breathe very fast and nose like a sniffing dog. Bring your feet down close to your seat. Don't move your head. Take your hands out from underneath, Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you know that one, your fingertips come beside, in front of your head a little bit, fingers equally spread. Lift your seat up off the ground, push into your fingertips, bring your head closer to your feet. You stay on the top of the head. Then your hands turn, fingertips facing towards the heels. You spread your fingers again, turn them a little bit out. You can stay with your hand on the ground. If you have the power, push into the hands and lift your head up off the ground. Upward facing bow. If it's too much, bridge pose. So your head is on the ground for bridge pose. Your shoulders on the ground, lift your seat, walk your arms underneath, pull them again underneath your body so you can't see them from above, and try to get your tips forward. Try to have your knees behind your toes, your back, your shins are straight and vertical. Okay, so this is a modification. Those of you who are in Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can do whatever you want. If you know variations, go ahead. So you can lift your one leg up. Angry determination is supposed to demand lots of angry determination and stamina. And try on the other foot. And if you don't try anything, in 20 years you'll still be in the same place. Maybe one hand up. Maybe the other. Lift the heels. rock back and forth. Try to get your chest in front of your arms. And then lower down. Softly. Rest on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all fatigue. Good. Bring the right leg up. Take hold of the ankle grasp. If you have tight hamstrings, you can slide your left foot in towards your seat, and then you take your foot, bend your knees, and get your knee on the elbow, on the shoulder, in front of the shoulder, and pull on the leg. Try to get your leg closer to the head. Drop the right hip. Then you can straighten your left leg if you can. Those who are very flexible can try to take your foot all the way down beside your body. So the foot is a little bit behind the head. Now come back to half happy baby pose. Take hold of the foot from the outside. Try to get your knee to the ground. If you want, you can bring your leg across the front of the chest like an upside down pigeon, supine pigeon. You can hold your foot with your left hand or bring it to the crook of the left arm, your right elbow just underneath your knee, and then you pull the leg right across your chest. Push the foot towards the left, you might feel a little bit more in the glutes. If you're flexible, you can take your leg behind your head. If you're working towards it still, bring your left knee up into your shoulder as well. Come into tuck. You have to bring your right arm over your leg so that your shoulder's against the back of the knee, and you just kind of wiggle. You try to get your knee closer to the ear by pushing the back of the knee with the right arm. Bring your shoulders up from the mat, tuck your chin in, pull your foot towards the left, and then your foot might become easier behind your head. You can extend your left leg. If you're flexible, take both legs, cross your feet, cross your ankles, straighten your legs a little bit, and then so you can get your head in front of your feet. Yoga Nidra. If you're in a full pose, even if you're not in a full pose, breathe from the base of the spine all the way to the crown, back down to the base of the spine. Watch and move the breath, keep making your mind one-pointed. Now if you're in Yoga Nidra, you can stay there the whole time. Otherwise, you try the other leg. So you bring your right foot down, your left leg comes up, take hold the ankle, and bring your left knee on the shoulder. Pull on the leg, try to get your foot close to your head, keep your right leg, try to get your right leg your left leg as straight as possible, your right leg can extend or stay bent. And then see, very flexible, take your foot to the ground beside your body, your knee comes into the armpits. And hold the sole of the foot, pushing the back of the sole of the foot, and try to get your foot to the ground beside your head. Happy baby pose, half happy baby pose. Take hold of the left foot on the outside and push your knee down against the body, just underneath your left arm. And can stay there, or you can bring your leg across the chest. Eventually try to have your heel on the same line as your knee. You take the foot with the right hand or bring it to the crook of the right arm. Left elbow underneath the knee a little bit and try to get your leg across the chest. If you want to try to work towards your leg behind the head, bring your left arm in front of the back of the leg. The shoulder comes into the back of the knee. Bring your right knee up, like you're about to go into plow. So your seat's coming up a little bit. You keep pushing your left knee up higher, close to the ear. Bring your shoulders up off the mat. Tuck your chin in and pull the foot towards the right, and then the leg can come behind your head. poses, especially without the intention of offering, have anything to do with enlightenment. They help us to experience all the forms. And when we find the ease in the forms, then we can eventually meditate in the forms. But try to keep without attachment to the form, to the results. Concentrate more on merging with the form, merging with the divine within the form. Now, the pose, relax, take a deep breath in. Imagine beams of light coming into the body, penetrating the skin, going right in. Exhale, flood the whole body with it, feel recharged, feel rejuvenated. Now, come back to seated position, coming into cobra. Now, on your belly. If you're starting to feel tired, you can do sphinx. So you can just come with to hold the front edge of the mat, pull on the mat. Your elbows are underneath the shoulders, so move yourself forward so that you can place yourself with your elbows and your shoulders at the same line. You can hold the front of the mat, and you tug on the mat. Lift your chest, push your chest forward away from the seat. Try not to crunch the lower back, anchor down to the lower body. Be like that solid sphinx who stood the test of time. Is still there today. Or push into your or like this. You get your arms straighter. Take your head back, curve your spine. Don't lose your neck. This shouldn't be happening. Drop your shoulders down, push them back. And then bit by bit, walk your hands closer to your body. The feet come together like the tail of a snake. Keep coming closer and closer to the hands. Eventually your hands are almost right against your hips. The whole front of the body from the legs up off the ground. Come onto your fingertips. Get a little bit higher. Take the head up and back. If you want flexible, take your legs apart now. Bend your knees. Bring your feet towards the head. Imagine holding socks behind your knees. Even if you can't get your feet very high, this is good for sometimes working the joints, different joints in the body at the same time. Again, the goal of making the body more efficient, so we can move easier into the poses, and then can stay in the poses longer. Break the pose, come back down, and relax. Breathe in, breathe out. You can repeat that pose or do bow pose. Bring your feet up towards the seats. You can take one foot at a time if you like. Bring one arm in front of the body. As you the right arm in front of the body, bring the left foot up. And then keep holding that foot. Pull on the foot. And then it might be to take the other foot. And then just try to get your thighs up off the ground by pulling on your legs. If it's too much, keep your knees on the ground. Keep working getting your feet away from your head. Rest of the body. So stretch, push your chest forward. So let's try something. Pull heels in towards the seat, tuck your chin in, push off, turn, roll to the right. Let's push off the right shoulder, and then come back. And from here, land your feet, come into bridge pose. Keep pulling your ankles the whole time. If it's too much, let go of the ankles. If you want, you can even do Urdhva Dhanurasana here. Turn your hands just as we did before and come into your Urdhva Dhanurasana. Stretch the whole front of the body. And then come back down into bridge pose, or from here, hold your feet again, your ankles, lower your seat just hovering above the ground. You roll back the same way you came from. So roll to your left, push out the right shoulder, come back into bow pose. And then you do the one side, you have to do the other. So lower your thighs down just above the ground, pull heels in towards the seat, push, roll to your left, push off your left shoulder, come into bridge pose again. I think I might be disappearing. So pull pull on your feet and your ankles and try to get your hips up off the ground again. Stay here or Urdhva Dhanurasana if you like again. Come back down to head. All the transition smooth into your bridge pose. Stick your seat down just against you, almost touching ground between your heels, and push. Go back to the right, push off the left shoulder. Come back into bow pose. So be creative, be like a child, adventurous, play. You always remain blissful. And then release. Forehead on the ground, on the hands, breathe in, breathe out. Now, push into your hands, underneath your shoulders, come back into seated position. Bring your legs out in front. Keep your knees bent, your feet together. Right hand behind the back, left arm up. Push against the right thigh. Push the lower back up and in. Make sure you're not leaning back. Keep your hand close to your seat so that you can keep your back straight. Feel the twist turning at the base of the spine, moving all the way up the spine. Not just the eyes turn. Come back. Go the other way now. Left hand behind the back, center of the back. Right arm to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Telescope the trunk out of the hips. Turn to the left. Push the knees beyond the right edge of the body. Chest is open and free. Break the pose. Come down on the back. Gently. You can hold the edge of the mat if you need to so that the descent is controlled. No big heavy landings on the ground. Once you're on the ground, take a deep breath in through all the pores of the skin. Exhale, imagine you fainted. Drop all the fatigue out of the body, drop all the tension out. Relax, completely surrender all effort. So let go of all tension. Imagine the best is coming to you now. Feel as though it's coming from all directions. Soak it up, bring it in, infuse yourself with it, and send it all to the spiritual heart. Make an offering of all of it. And as God is equally present in all forms, and we're connected through God through that common thread that ties us together at the spiritual heart. All these benefits will go to all beings everywhere. Keep offering everything up. Everything meant to be shared. Say the following sentence to yourself 3 times to anchor it in your mind and your heart. Come back to every day to see its realization more and more. Its cultivation. Say to yourself now, my compassion is ever expanding and reaching all beings. Everything that you do, say, and think after
many lives comes more and more from a place of compassion and love. They can project all to all beings. It becomes easier over time. It becomes your natural state. You just keep on sharing it with all beings, so that everything that you do eventually is always coming from that place of love and compassion. Not only towards your friends and families and those who are easy to love, but to all beings, including the animals. Love all beings. And so now let's prepare to come back to seat position so we can carry it through into our day-to-day lives and all our interactions. Prepare to sit. Make your way back in a way that is gentle, reverent, and silent, soft. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send out to all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you soon. Much love.